Excuse me, sir. Question for you. Have you ever been broke before?
Huh?
Have you ever been broke before?
I've been broke before?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been broke before.
Yeah? And what line of business are you in?
I own a digital marketing company. I'm an investor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I go all over the country just asking successful people how they made it for the younger generation. Could I interview you for the channel real quick?
That's dope, man.
So how long have you been an entrepreneur for?
For about 3 or 4 years, man.
Over these 4 years, what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
It's going to be my current year. I'm making a few million this year, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a range.
45.
$4 to $5 million.
Yeah.
As a multiple seven-figure entrepreneur, what is the best financial advice that you ever received?
Leverage debt. I think a lot of people are looking to get out of debt, which means you just come from being negative to broke. And then another thing is, if you don't learn how to leverage debt, you'll always be working for somebody else who knows how to leverage debt.
Break that down. How can somebody leverage debt to create wealth?
Let's just say if we leverage other people's money to be able to buy real estate or to start a business, now we have the capability and opportunity to start these businesses and investments. But we can use somebody else's money to start something that cash flows and then pay back off the debt over time. So why am I looking to pay off debt when I can cash flow off somebody else's money and start the...
That's 100% true. But sometimes when people have been in a certain position in life for a while, I'm not sure how long he's been rich or wealthy or been a millionaire, but for one, he said digital marketing, which is, on the verge of like selling courses, ebooks, audiobooks, things like that, mentorships, summits online and stuff like that. So that's cool and everything. I've done that. You know what I'm saying? It's good money in that. But at the end of the day, most people don't know how to leverage debt. They know how to use it for what they want. And so when you hear things and people say like, yeah, leverage debt, they don't mean that you use your credit card in order for you to buy things that you want. Sure, operating a business and leveraging debt can help you start a business, but what's most important is your cash flow. See, you can create cash flow without using debt. You can create cash flow from using cash. Now, there are certain businesses, especially brick and mortar, to where, yeah, if you don't have the cash, then people leverage debt. And there's been a lot of successful businesses that have leveraged debt in order for them to turn a profit. But the problem that I see with it personally is you're starting from a negative amount. All right. Let's say you borrow $40,000 to start your business. You owe $40,000 plus because you know you pay an interest. Like, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you already know how to create that cash flow, I think it's a lot more riskier for the average American to just start leveraging debt in order to make a profit, in order to start a business. I think that they should start leveraging their time. All right. And yeah, time is expensive. But at the end of the day, because you never get it back, at the end of the day, you can turn it for a profit if you put in enough work. For example, creating a YouTube channel. It's free. Use your phone. Use your time. I don't use debt to start a business, but let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? And subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it.
Here's the deal. Your number one wealth building tool is your income. All of the millionaires that we interview, unless they inherited the money, which is very, very few of them, less than 10% of them inherited the money, did it by saving and investing their income. They did not give their income to Sally Mae. They did not give their income to Best Buy. They don't get screwed.
I've been guilty of that, but to be fair, I stopped buying stuff from Best Buy. Not anything against Best Buy. I just have enough gear now to create content consistently, and I stopped watching YouTube videos that show me the latest tech gear. That used to be one of my problems, is watching videos of tech reviews and then feeling like, man, I need that new piece of tech. Like, I'm good now. I'm on a roll now. We got monetized now. We good.
Around and give their income to Lexus and Toyota and Ford and General Motors and American Distress and MasterCard. Who named that anyway? It's a mathematical thing. When you give your income to someone else, you don't have it anymore. Is this hard? This is hard, isn't it? And when you give your income away, you have given up your economic future. All for crap. For a stinking flat screen, and listen, let me just tell you, here's the deal. You know, of the number of people that start college, how many graduate? 52%. That's an investment in my future. Said the other 48% that are sitting at home with no freaking degree, but by God, they got the student loan debt. And you know how you get rid of Sally Mae? You either pay her off in full or you die. That's the only way that woman goes away. It's not bankruptable. It is not an investment in yourself to borrow, even if it is an investment. We don't borrow money for investments.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So many people give so much advice about leveraging debt, and we're going to get into a clip pretty soon where it's talking about, borrow money from the banks in order to get real estate. Little do people know, that's not how you get rich. That's how the rich preserve their wealth, or how the wealthy preserve their wealth, and how the rich preserve their riches. Okay, because you don't get charged taxes when you circulate the money into real estate. But the problem is most people think they're going to get rich from owning houses. And there's some people who probably ran up a bag with it. I'm not saying there's people who haven't made a good amount of money with it. I'm just saying leveraging debt at the cost of you not being able to turn a profit confidently, and no, not even turn a profit confidently, but you leveraging debt in order for you to get wealthy is a very risky game at the end of the day. People who have the money, they'll leverage it if they don't want to buy it cash. As far as real estate, they'll leverage it in order to preserve their wealth because they know Uncle Sam isn't going to dip his hand in there.
You don't borrow money for investments. I don't teach people to borrow money. The borrower is slave to the lender. That's what this math says. When you give up
That's actually a verse in the Bible.
your income, when you give your income away, you have nothing. All the money comes in. All the money goes out. But by God, we're sitting around counting our Discover points. Oh, we got airline miles. Oh, Sally Mae's been with us for 15 freaking years in our spare bedroom. All because we called it an investment. I don't understand why it's bad. It's bad because it's stupid and you're normal. 70% of the Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That's stupid.
70% is insane. Let's continue on. I want to watch this clip, but we ain't got enough time for that. So we're going to continue on. Subscribe if you like the content.
This is how the rich use debt to get even richer. And the only reason why this works is because debt isn't taxed. Let me explain this to you like you're 5. Let's say we want to buy this house for $100. We only need $20 of our own money to buy it, and then the rest, the $80, we're going to get from our mom, aka the bank. Now let's say your tenant's going to move in. They're going to pay you $10 a month to live here. So our expenses each month comes out to $4 and also $4 to repay your mom. So after we pay all our expenses, we're left with $2 every single month in free cash flow. Fast forward a few years, and now the house that we bought is worth $150 instead of $100. Also, because we gradually increase rent, we also are making another $1 in cash flow every single month. Next, we're gonna go to your mom, and because the house is now worth more, we're gonna ask for what's called a cash out refinance. Your mom's now gonna lend us 80% of the new value of the home. So she's gonna give us $120. We're gonna take $80 of the $120 to pay off the old loan, and now we have $40 in tax-free money that we can do whatever we want with. Our payment to the bank is now a little bit higher, yes. It's still cash flowing, but now we can take that $40 as tax-free money. And if you wanna learn all things financial freedom, make sure to give me a follow.
Sure, but you're still leveraging debt and it's still risky. And yes, the value of homes usually go up with time, most of the time. But again, we're not accounting for emergencies, things that can happen to the home. We're not counting for the property taxes. A lot of the times, again, people who have a lot of money, wealthy and rich people, they actually use it to preserve their wealth, not to they'll flip it as well. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, they're not doing it to become more rich. They're doing it to preserve the wealth. It's one of the ways that they don't have to get taxed. That's what most people don't know. Which is why when it's time for me to own a home, I say I'm going to buy that thing cash. Yeah, it'll take longer time, but I'm not willing to pay the banks extra money for 20 years.
I'm not even going to hold your hand when I say this. I am, however, going to ask you to please not scream in public if you're watching this video. But all financial advice that you are receiving is meant for a different world. All financial advice that you have received, like from books, from TikTok, all of that built up financial advice was meant for the world we didn't get. The whole principle of you can pay off your credit card debt, no, you can't. The idea of paying off your student loans, no, you can't. You can't, and the system is set up that way. The advice that we got about using high yield savings accounts, even investing in the S&P 500, the advice we get from the I Can Teach You to Be Rich guy, the advice that you all have gotten from David Ramsey, the advice that we get is meant for a world that does not exist. You cannot strategy your way out of poverty or debt in this present world. And one of the best examples of this is Bradley on a Budget, because the only way that Bradley demonstrates that one can actually strategically make their way out is through extremes. And I don't think any of us could live in the extremes that he does. And like, I mean, we all know Bradley.
Okay, I don't know who the hell Bradley on a Budget is, but I'm gonna just say this. If you do know who he is, let me know in the comment section down below and what do you think about this. But my perspective is you can most definitely strategy your way out of poverty. If you can strategy your way into poverty, which most people are unaware of because it's just habits and automatic habits they don't think about, all right? A habit is something that you just do automatically without thinking about. You know how many habits people have in order for them to gain weight and become obese? You know how many strategies or habits people have in order for them to stay in shape and live healthy? It's all depending on your environment, your cues that start those habits. All right. For example, I don't watch a lot of TV. Why? Because my TV in my room doesn't even have a power cable. Ta-da. I don't watch TV at my desk. Why? Because my desk is for working. I don't even have an external speaker. The way I hear it is my laptop is closed and then the audio is muffled, and which makes it unattractive for me to listen to any type of audio. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. If I do watch TV, it's on this iPad mini, which has like a battery life of like 7 hours, and it's on most of the time. And at the end of the day, when it's time for me to watch TV, I got like 2 hours to maybe watch TV, and I don't even watch it for that long usually. So at the end of the day, guess what? You can strategy your way into anything that you want to achieve. It's just depending on how long you stick to that strategy. If you can stay in a lifestyle because of a strategy, you can damn sure get out of a lifestyle because of that strategy. That's what I believe. Let me know what you believe in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like the content. All right, let's get it.